Hello friends, welcome back to the Homestead. And so you can see there's a few things here new since the last time we visited. Um, well, you see, we had to go pick up the hay out there, straw that was in the fields. So I wanted to get this guy, windrower. Basically combines two rows of straw into one, making for quicker pickup. And Bobbie Jo was running this while I was picking up, and started out with the old Alice over there. And she needs a bath too. She needs to get in line. But it was going really slow. So what I didn't know is Bobbie Jo called the dealership and she ordered one of these right here. They had a special deal on it. It was brand new, but this was one of those forestry edition, and it had come in without any of the forestry add-ons, and it made it a little bit cheaper than buying this just one of these just plain. It's a 1038, 396 horsepower. The Alice over there, she's done a good job at 250, but man, getting up those hills, it is rough, rough, rough. So when this showed up, I was like, what the heck? And then Bobbie Jo just grinned and said, I bought me a tractor. I'm like, oh no. Excuse me, I'm still drinking my coffee. I'm scratching my head over this. And you want to know what else? When we went to get in it, there was a baby carrier in there. And I was like, what? And she got another grin and she said, well, you know how I hadn't been feeling too good lately? I went to the doctor and guess what? We're having a baby. I'm like, really? How did that? Oh, okay. Okay. It kind of took me by surprise for a minute, but you know, hey, we're having a baby. That is a very cool thing. So anyway, I couldn't get mad about the tractor, I guess. It did cost a lot of money, but we had done pretty good at the end of the year there. So we need to get things started. We're going to clean some of this equipment here in a minute, but we need to crank up these greenhouses for this year, and we need to make sure that our animals, we need to get, let's see, we need to get our pigs. We already have 4 babies over there. We need to get us some calves, and looks like we have some milk from the end of the month, but we'll put that in. But oh my goodness, these guys are out of food. Yeah, okay. We need to bring some food, and they're almost out of water. We'll have to bring some of those water totes over. Homestead life, nothing but work. Got some eggs going there. How are we doing on food in here? Is it okay? We still have plenty of food, so they're still doing okay. All right, let's get started here. We got a lot of stuff to do to get things moving. How are we on water here? We're staying full of water. How's this tote? Tote's still got quite a bit of water in it. And we've got quite a bit of totes of water to use up from from my little mistake. Okay, so we have 4. And which ones do we have? We have Bentham, the black pied. Okay, so let's get 4 more of these guys. All right. That'll give us 8. That should be plenty for the year. Okay. Them cute little guys in there. All right. Now, we need 8. This holds 5, so let's get excuse me. 4 of the limousines. And then let's go to the other one. And let's get 4 Angus. So we'll have to top off their feed and get the water. Get a water tote over here. So let's get that done first. So let's go get our skid steer so we can move the water tote. How's everybody doing today? I hope y'all are doing good. The last couple of days the work has been kind of hectic. Not like busy hectic, but we have a new product that we're getting ready to put into production. And as we were doing that, something came up from a security standpoint, and we're having to kind of reevaluate everything that we are we're having to kind of readdress the whole security issue and take a different route, and I'm having to learn some new stuff, and it's been real frustrating. IT doesn't understand just exactly what we're trying to do. And so they are they're doing their best to help, but between their confusion and my confusion and my manager's confusion, it's just been kind of rough. Okay, so we'll leave that there. Let us go get just one Mr. Pallet Fork. Let's see if we can get just one. Man, I love this snow. Not. Really? Are we going to be playing this game? Come on. can't beat me. Can't beat Cousin Skeeter, man. Cousin Skeeter's smarter than your average hick. A country bumpkin, whatever you want to call me. Because whatever it is appropriate. I can tell you that. Come on. Let's get some water in here. What the heck? Where is the water trigger? There it is. Okay. Everybody's got water. Now, we should go get some, get the small tractor back over here. We tried using a small tractor on the windrower, and man, it was just too heavy on the hitch. It was just picking up the front end and couldn't steer it or anything. So we had to switch to the bigger Ford. Which Bobbie Jo liked the air-conditioned cab, I guess. So, considering her situation right now, I think that was probably a good idea. Okay, where is the little Ford? Here we go. This little guy makes it easy to get around. Excuse me. Alright, let's get over here. Let's get all the animals taken care of. Come on, come on. A lot of things to do. I guess we'll just mainly be doing a lot of getting things ready for the new year. Because other than that, we can't plant anything yet. We really don't want to do anything in the fields in this sloppy mess. So we'll get this all done, and then get these all washed up and everything, and then me and Bobbie Jo can go and enjoy a warm house. Alright, we need TMR. So that's another thing we're going to do this year is, instead of just leaving the rest of the fields fallow, we're going to go ahead and plant up the extra fields. We're going to plant our lower field. We may have to do some landscaping on that, but we're going to try some long grain rice this year. See if we can see how that comes out. And I've never really done that before, so that'll be something new. I have done a little bit of rice harvesting before, but not really putting the fields in and getting them planted and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to take we have lots of straw in there. We're going to take most of that out and put it in the silage production over there, and then we're going to make TMR, keep our calves fed up for the year, and I would probably could probably sell some throughout the year, but by the time we reach the end of the year, we may sell some. We may just hold on to it. Bobbie Jo and I have been talking about maybe after this year, kind of growing the homestead a little bit and becoming more of a market farm. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff already in place. We could just start slowly expanding and increasing our productions and whatnot, and just make it like a family market farm. Okay, let's go get, let's see, we have some pig food out over here. Let's see if it will, oh yeah, there we go. We may have to come move those too. Go ahead and spawn the rest of them and then turn those into pallets as well, and see what we can do. Alright, let's get over here. The piggies are not going to take all of this. Well, actually, they are. How much more do can they handle? Not another full load. Okay. The next thing we need is to get these guys a couple of bales of hay or grass. Oh my goodness, we're gonna need more barn space. All right. Skid steer again. And we'll just use the pallet forks. It's already on it. They have straps, so we can strap it down and it won't fall off. All right, let's get we only have 5 bales of grass left. That's not going to take us through the year. We're definitely going to need to do some more grass. This will take us to our first. Woohoo! I don't know. That's a pretty heavy load, especially in the snow. But we can do it. We can do it. Come on, come on. Yeah, I guess, you know, on a homestead or a farm, wintertime was the time you catch up on a lot of things that are not related to directly to the farm, the fields and all that kind of stuff. And 238. No wonder they're eating so much food. We're gonna have to start culling that down a little bit to meet our production goals. We only need about 100. Maybe we should sell some. I thought I was going to have to buy some more sheep or goats. Let's just put one more of these in there for now. After we get more grass, we may go ahead and maybe add some sheep to the mix. We can start making our own clothes. Start with fabric and then making some clothing. And Bobbie Jo's pretty good at that kind of stuff, so. Let's see. All right. Let's go look at. Why? There we go. I don't know what that was. I guess I was too close to the sheep. I mean, to the cow pen. All right. Well, let's see. So everything younger than 8 months can go. All right. To sell those. Sell those. Sell those. Sell those. And I think if we get rid of 38, leave us with 106. All milk producing. Although, yeah, that should be enough. If not, we'll just have to buy some more later in the season. All right, yep. Cut down on the food. Okay. That should last them a little bit longer than before. At least, hopefully, they'll not eat up all the grass. Let's see. We'll check what we got in the TMR silo. Let's see. It makes hay, so we could, well, let's see, first of all, okay, that's empty, so we can get rid of that. We only have, man, look at how much silage we have. What is that going to give us if we sell? It's only $76,000. That's. What about TMR? Ooh. TMR's a, yeah, definitely. Okay. Let's jump out of here real quick and go down here and sell that. Go over here. We don't need this anymore. Okay. Let's crank up our mushrooms. Activate. And lettuce. Activate the lettuce. Lettuce. Activate the strawberries. And let us activate the tomatoes. Okay, that was cheesy. Never mind. Also, let's go ahead and let's add wonder how big is that? Spawn points off to the side. We could put that right there. And we can add our spring onions and garlic and chili peppers. And maybe let's see about doing a little bit better job of leveling this. delete that and let's add it back. I think if we place it right there, it'd be good. All right. Let's go over here. Let's do chili peppers, garlic, and spring onions. What the heck? It's picking up the storage from the root cellar. Interesting. I wonder, just out of curiosity, if we go down here, okay. Sometimes you can manually spawn your products, but this won't start until it gets water. And we're not going to add the seeds and fertilizer. This is going to be a fast enough production as it is. I mean, $720 times 6. Now, that's going to be, that's going to like make everything in 1 month that we need, right? We need 5 pallets of each. So let's take the productivity down. What will that be? Hop over here to my calculator. Let's see. 52.8 times 8. 422. 5,000 divided by it'll take 11.8 months. Okay. Let's try doing it at 20% productivity. garlic 20%. And let's come down here. Spring onions 20%. Although, may need to adjust that. I forgot to take into account that this may be splitting it by the 3 things it's producing. So we'll see how much we get if we make our quota each month. We need about 1.5 pallets each month. I mean, each quarter. So 3 months, 1.5. So like a half. It needs like 500 liters a month is what we need. Well, actually, less than that, but that'll be a nice round number to shoot for. Okay. Sounds good to me. Flour meal needs... Can use some more flour. I'm going to use some more sorghum. Bakery. We can start the bakery back up again. Start baking some bread. We need our farm production to start making canola oil. We'll just keep it in there. We need beets, carrots, and beets activate, carrots activate, parsnips activate, sugar activate, and we can let her rip. If we need more bread, we could always fire up this production or increase the productivity of the other, the dairy. Dairy is out of milk, but we want to start butter, goat cheese. What does it take to make chocolate? Milk. I guess that wouldn't be... That's cow milk, not goat milk. Right, yeah. So what about the farm production making? Does it make chocolate? It makes chocolate. Milk, sugar, chocolate, and pig food. does goat milk, and so it only makes chocolate from regular milk. So you can't make chocolate from goat milk? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let's see. We bought our animals. We're gonna plant rice later. We'll be getting our milk. We started the mushrooms, we started sugar, we started cheese, butter and bread and canola oil, preserved parsnips, preserved carrots, preserved beets. We started chili peppers, garlic, spring onions, tomatoes, lettuce, strawberries. The honey will start when the honey starts, and eggs are going. So it looks like we have everything ready for production. So let's just see about getting this stuff washed and put away. And then, man, this thing is possessed. It keeps moving. All right, let's... Man, this thing was dirty. It was dirty. Bobbie Jo keeps getting on to me about not cleaning my stuff up and not keeping it clean. She said if I keep it clean, it'll last longer. And that's probably true. I can tell you from personal experience, my dad had that Massey Ferguson 135, and he finally decided to sell it when I was 18, and he had it before I was born. So I'm gonna say it was at least 20 years old, if not maybe 22. And he used the heck out of it. They bought 13 acres of land, and I don't know, I can't remember him saying or them saying what they did with all the trees, if they sold it to somebody who cut the trees and did that kind of thing, but the 13 acres was pretty much cleared. I think they did have it cleared. There were, in front of the house we had a stand of trees that were mostly pine trees. I guess he liked the pine trees. Come on, can we get the thing that tells us how dirty it is? I guess not. Oh, there. Spraying inside the engine. That's coming out the back end over there. But I know there were a lot of stumps and stuff that was left. And he used the tractor to... Oh. Went too far. He would use the tractor to get the stumps out, clean out the roots, and make a good pasture. And we did hay. We had a few cows. Had it broken up into pastures, into different sectioned off, so that he could have like a hay pasture and and cow pasture and stuff like that. And then he did the garden. He usually kept about an acre-sized garden. And then we had he would go and get he had a 3-point scoop that he attached to the rear, to the 3-point in the rear, and then he would use that. There was a gravel pit, a retired gravel pit behind our house, probably about a mile or so away. And he would take the tractor and he would take and go and drive down there, and he would use that scoop, get a scoop of iron ore basically, and dump it in our driveway, use the box blade to use the box blade to spread it out and pack it down, and ended up with a very solid driveway, very hard. And then we discovered that when we take and change the oil in the cars, and we would pour that in on top of that iron ore, that it almost was like asphalt at that point. It made it really, really hard. And so we did that. And but the point of it is that of what I'm trying to get to here, taking a long way around to tell the story, but what every time after he got through using it, he washed it and he would wax it just with a solid wax, just like he would a car. And I used to think he was crazy about doing that, going to all that trouble. But you know what? It looked as good after 20 years as it did the day he bought it. He would touch up scratches. He would fix the dents, pull out the dents himself or whatever he needed to do. And it would just look like it was brand new. And so when he sold it, he got, pretty good value for it, especially considering how old it was. I can't remember how many hours he had on it, but I'm sure it was quite a few. Come on. There we go. But yeah, that was what he would do. So cleaning it does take care of it. And my current neighbor across the street reminded me of that with our Husqvarna riding mower. It's getting on up there in age, like probably close to... Okay, come on. Can we get... Well, there we go. No, that's just the tractor. What about the... Is that going to clean them too? Okay, we'll just have to do it by eyeball. But he's done all kind of work on it, teaching my son, he's taking him under his wing and teaching him all kinds of mechanic stuff, which is good. He can work on just about anything now. Oop, forgot to... Let's clean the weight too. Any kind of small engine stuff or anything like that, he's able to work on. He's gotten the artillery run that's been sitting for a few years. He's gotten his Pawpaw's chainsaw. Pawpaw passed away a few years ago, and I can't get rid of his chainsaws because those were kind of some things that remind me of him, because he was always, in his younger years, had a what we around here call a pulp wood business. And pulpwood is just like short pieces of wood that are about the width of a tractor trailer truck, a lorry, whatever you want to call it. And they would carry that, had like carry them sideways. They'd be about I guess like 3 foot long strips. They had like a little crane winch kind of thing to pick the wood up and stuff and load it on there, and they would take it to the paper mill, either a plywood or paper mill. And that's what he did for quite a few years. When he was younger, before he married my mom, and he made a real good living at it. And he had several trucks and several people working for him and stuff. But when it came time to cut down trees, he absolutely knew exactly what to do. You could put a stake in the ground, and he could follow the tree where it landed right on top of that stake every single time. Okay, we could go a few more minutes and maybe go ahead and go into February and do a quick feed of the animals and stuff, and then we'll probably just off camera, I'll take it to until we get to actually, we'll just call it an episode here, and then before our next episode, between now and the next one, I will go ahead and just keep the farm feeding the animals and watering and everything, and I won't touch any of the productions that are being produced. I may go ahead and move the flour, move some sorghum to another load of sorghum to the flour mill, and move the flour to the bakery. But I don't want to get too far ahead on the flour and the bakery and run out of food for the chickens. So, all right, it's been enjoyable chatting with you as we get our work done here. We just got the new year started. Got the great news of that we're going to have a baby, and looking forward to this new year, and I hope you continue visiting the farm and seeing the progress, and hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, if you would subscribe, and if you like the episode, like it, give me some comments. And also, I'd like to mention, if you check down in the description, there is a list of several people that are also doing this challenge, and I highly, highly recommend that you go check them out. There are some really good guys. I mean, those guys have been doing this kind of stuff longer than I have, and you know, they've been around longer, and their skills at recording and everything is better. And you know, check out Crustu's channel. He's the one who created this series. You can check out also Old Grizzly. He's been struggling a little bit with some things, but he's plowing right on through too. And Rusty from Rusty Money Gaming, I mean, I like watching him because I'm not very artistic about creating a pretty farm and decorating and all that, but he does a really good job of that. And sorry for not mentioning the other guys. I can't remember everybody else's off of the top of my head. But they are all doing really good. Everybody's on a different map, so there's different challenges on each map, and I enjoy watching all the different approaches that everybody's taking. You know, a little bit different. I think that I may have overthought a lot of this and put a lot of calculating and spreadsheets and all that kind of stuff into figuring out how to succeed at this. Hats off to the guys that are just didn't do that and started winging it, and they're still making it. So it just goes to prove that you know, I may have overthought some things, and also the results of some of the crop yields that I harvested is a good indication that I've kind of overdone things a little bit. But you know, as they say, it is what it is. So anyway, enjoyed having y'all. Thank you for sticking with me, and you know, have a good day, and just like to say bye-bye for now. See you later.